Let's get it.
All right.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the first episode to our podcast. Not perfect, but damn near.
Gonna take a sip.
I'm taking a sip first. But this episode gonna be just an intro of how we came up with the name, how we started the podcast, how we came up with the idea for a podcast, all that stuff, and
How we met.
about our personal life too, how
our
we met.
relationship's going.
Our intro.
Yeah, our intro. So y'all can get to know us a little bit more than what Facebook shows or social media itself.
But on this podcast, we're gonna talk about more than just us. It'll be just everyday stuff. It'll be more than just us. But this episode will be about just us and the intro.
All right, let's get to it. All right. So
we came up with this name, not perfect, but damn near. I feel like that fits us,
personally,
like our relationship, and it fits ain't nothing perfect. Nothing perfect. Like the answers that the shit gonna come up with ain't gonna be perfect, but it's damn near. It's perfect in our eyes. She ain't perfect, but you is perfect to me, but
no, I don't think that. So that's why the whole title comes in between. Because a lot of people out there be like, oh, you got the perfect relationship. But
yeah, that too. I tell people all the time, we ain't perfect at all.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't nobody perfect. But we may look perfect on the outside, but I mean, inside, ain't nobody perfect.
Nobody. Not in our 4 walls. I definitely don't think so. But for me, he is the perfect one for me. Yeah. Definitely.
And y'all supposed to think that we perfect. That's the whole thing. You're not supposed to know what we go through.
Never. Never tell what's going on in your 4 walls.
What happened at home stays at home.
Always.
And
then starting the podcast.
Yeah, how did we start this? Why did we start this?
We want to give people advice, or we want to take advice. We want to learn from what people think and what people feel and how they're feeling about certain situations and just everything. So it won't just be about relationships. It won't be just about family. It'll be about everything, the kids and the outside world and opinions on 2020, just period, just anything. So we started this just because we feel like, hey, we're young. Why not? Why not have this going for us? And we just telling everybody how our life rolling. You can comment on that. It ain't like we're gonna get mad about nothing or anything. That it's the point of taking advice. It's the point of listening and so forth.
And we was originally supposed to start this with our friends from Nashville, Jeremy and Annika. We supposed to do this actually months ago. I know everybody now starting podcasts, so you might think oh, everybody doing podcasts now. And I mean, it's true, but I mean, shit. We was thinking about it months ago. We just never really, put the effort in to do it.
To enforce it at all.
And the people that was gonna do it with us from Nashville, so I didn't know how to connect, us being here and then from there or whatever. But we're gonna add them on episodes or whatever, so they're gonna be on. I get to meet them and all that shit.
And those are our counselors.
Yeah, them our counselors, our everything. We they counselors, and when we get with them, it's like we have some deep ass conversations that and not to offend nobody, but our friends out here, we can't have them conversations with, and it's not offensive to nobody. I don't offend nobody, none of that. But when we get with them, we have conversations deep conversations that
where you can open up.
Yeah,
you can be real.
Yeah.
You can be comfortable.
Yeah.
And not be judged or a person knowing something and telling somebody else and so forth and so on.
Yeah. So them my counselors, and they're gonna be on the next episode.
Alright. So then
we're gonna start with how we
met. So we actually met them through our counselors.
No, how we met.
Yes. Where we met.
No, we take it back to what we first met.
How we got this far.
No, how we first met, back.
Okay, we'll go back then. Go all the way back.
So we first met, we was in 6th grade?
Yeah.
That's when we first met. But we didn't, she ain't fuck with me.
I did not. I was one of those prissy girls in school growing up.
She was popular, I was lame.
He was Deuce.
I was lame. Had the Meek Mill braids, you know, the nappy braids. She don't feel me back then.
Yeah, right.
She don't feel me back then, but, you know,
no.
as years went on, she started feeling me.
I was just feeling myself back then. I just was feeling myself back then. That's all it was.
Yeah, I wasn't your type back then. I was, you know.
No, you wasn't. Not at all. You are now, though.
You trying to make it sound good.
So what, 6th grade?
That's when we first met. And then fast forward, when did we actually start talking? We was, what year was it? 2017?
Yeah, 24.
2017.
So technically we've only been together for about 3 years. And I want you to be exact with it. How long have we been together?
It was August of 2017.
Okay. So 3 years, then what? Get technical. Because I need you to know this.
Oh, no.
You don't know.
I don't know. But
a little over 3 years. You'll say that. But it,
right, so how did we link up? Like, how we link up?
Okay. Well, you want to tell them the truth, or you want to tell them your side?
I want to tell the truth. Tell the truth.
So the person that I am, I've never been the type to shoot my shot. But for some reason, on this particular day, I did just that. I shot my shot and I scored. And from there on, it was like, okay.
So you trying to say you pulled me, basically?
I did. I mean, if I shot my shot and you went, you went.
Yeah, I mean, you...
And we together now, that means that it's because of me. Right?
Yeah, I guess so. Alright, so she slid in my DMs on, what, on Snapchat?
Yep, Snapchat.
Yeah.
You know, you can do Snapchat because they can't see it, but they can see it after so long. Yeah. Swipe and go.
Trying to be sneaky. Yeah, anyway, but she slid in my DMs on Snapchat or whatever. That's how we first started talking and, you know, exchanged numbers and shit.
And then what, our first date was literally...
Well, I was actually finna ignore you tonight because I thought it was like a setup.
Oh,
like, I don't know why.
See, that's what happens when you ignore a person in 6th grade.
Yeah, because it was like, shit, you want to fuck with me then, but now you trying to fuck with a nigga. Like, what's up? What's up?
And I can't even tell you the reasoning for shooting my shot or nothing like that. It was just like a go, like an urge, like I'm going to try it. I mean...
Yeah, I was finna ignore you because I'm like, shit, let me go and see what she on.
And why were you going to ignore me?
Because it was just like, there's some random, like, shit, like, damn, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, he wrote back in, like, literally 2 seconds.
I ain't gonna lie, I was geeked. I was kind of
fast on it. He read it real fast. Like, whoa.
Yeah, I was geeked.
And then what?
What you mean, then what?
And then what? After I shot my shot, we went on a date maybe...
Yeah, we went on our first date a couple days after work.
Maybe like 3 days later. And then, honestly, that weekend, we went out of town. Like...
So we had our first vacation. We weren't even officially beige yet. We had a little vacation, a pre-vacation.
I had to make sure he was right. You know, take him to my homegirl.
And we did that like a week after talking. Like,
yeah, about a week after talking.
And I wasn't even finna go because I didn't really know her. We were just talking for like a week or whatever. And she hit me up like, you want to go to Nashville with me? I'm like, I don't really know you like that. All them people, for real. And she claimed if I didn't go, we wanted to make this far.
That's how I played him, because I'm not a driver. I don't like to drive.
But she used me to drive first off. She didn't want to make that drive, so she just put it on me or whatever.
I don't like to drive or nothing in that sort. So it wasn't so much of using you. I did want you to come out there and meet them. I felt it in my soul that you was the one.
But I at first I wasn't fucking with it. My homeboy was like, bro, nah, don't fuck with that. Don't go. And I'm like, shit, I ain't got shit to lose. Well, no. Might as well.
Right, and at that time, we was 24. We was living.
Yeah.
We was 24.
I got nothing to lose, so shit, go ahead and go.
So, long story short, took him out, flew him out. What they say? Flew you out.
I flew out.
Flew him out and let him meet my best friend.
Oh yeah, I met Annika.
After he met my best friend, it kind of just went from there. So the whole weekend kind of just trended, and he's been right here ever since. Can't get rid of him.
Now back to them in Nashville. If you know Annika, she grilled my ass, boy. I'm like, damn, I just met the girl a week ago. Yeah, she's still on my ass about
everything.
Marriage, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. But that's how that happened. And then we came back and kind of made it official.
Yeah, a little bit. You know how things work. Still gotta make sure you're the right one. So, kind of tangled around. And now we're here with 2 kids.
3 kids
one
later.
on the way.
3 kids later.
1 on the way. And like I say, if you see me pregnant after this, it's not me. I promise y'all, it's not me. It's never been me. It's not me. It's him. He won't get off of me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Whatever. Alright, so then we've been together for a little over 3 years. Honestly, this is by far one of the, and I always tell them, it's like, this is by far one of the calmest and just honest relationships that I've ever been in.
I'm trying to gas me up.
To be comfortable. I'm usually the person that's like in charge. I have to be in charge. Like, it's my way or the highway. I can say that I'm humble with him, where I can sit back and I can relax knowing that things are taken care of.
No, she just met her Mac and she know I'm going for that shit. You ain't finna boss me around.
Whatever. Now, it is certain situations where I have to come out of retirement and put my foot down. But for the most part, I let him be a man. I think that's where it goes good at. You have to let a man be a man in the relationship. Because if you don't, then they ain't gonna feel like
She
they
walk all
nothing.
over your ass.
I won't. Now, how do you feel?
About what?
Just the relationship itself.
Alright, this is like my first, I would say my first like serious where like I'm moving in with you and all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't never been no shit where I'm moving in and, you know, I'm doing this, doing that. I ain't never been no shit like that. So I'm getting keys to the crib and shit, all that,
It's
you know.
the WAP.
Yeah, it's a WAP. It's a WAP.
It's the WAP, guys. But no, even that took a while. So he took his time.
What?
The whole relationship, you was like pasting, like you took your time.
Oh yeah. So, and with that, I feel like anything that you, listen, for me, anything that I want, that I really want, I'm gonna take my time with it. I'm gonna, you know, make sure it's right. Make sure I don't want to rush shit. If it's something I care about, I'm not gonna rush it. So with her, I was like kind of taking my time, whatever. And I guess she feel like I wasn't.
I just feel like
moving fast enough or something.
I know what I want. Come on, dude. But for him, like he said, this was his first real relationship, where it was so serious and stuff like that. So,
but I had friends that like that rush shit and, you know, move in recently and, you know, the shit don't work out right. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just take my time and
I couldn't do nothing
go
but
at my
honor
pace.
that. I couldn't do anything but honor that personally.
So how long was it?
Humble.
So how long was it before I moved in?
Literally like a year, yeah. Like he literally like a year. Like almost a year. Like granted, he did come out the pockets.
No, but you gave me a key. You gave me a rusty ass house key and like.
I gave you a key after like 4 or 5. It was about 5 months. Yeah. It was about 5 months.
But I still wasn't like officially moved in yet.
No, he was not officially moved in. He officially moved in after almost a year. And for me, it was just like, dang, I had to pack spend the night bags, and that was just the good life. That was so fun.
You miss that packing the bag?
I kind of do miss packing the bag.
She used to come with big ass suitcases. I'm like, you not moving in here. It's just for a day now, you know.
For a girl, we gotta have everything. I needed everything. I needed work clothes. I needed everything. So yeah.
I'm trying to spend the weekend. No, I did just for a day.
It's different though when you stand with somebody, or like just stand with each other, living with each other, compared to going over a person's house to spend a night and stuff like that. It's, I don't know. It's more so like it's fun. you get a rage out of it. You get a.
Yeah.
Not saying that it's boring now. When we come home, we watch movies or whatever it is, but you get a rage out of that. Just I'm going over so and so house. I got my bag in the car.
She was happy to come to Centerville. Packed her little bag and came to the Ville.
And now you're taking it for. And this for him was a far drive, so.
No, that was her excuse. She was like, I don't want to drive all the way up there.
No, I used to be home by myself.
Can I stay at your house?
I did not.
I'm like, damn, I guess so.
I ain't gonna even lie. I just used to pull up. I ain't never asked, did I?
Pull up with a bag, with a suitcase full of.
I used to pull up. Move me in. I'm family. And I think because I was like that with him, I'm the outgoing person, and he was just more so just like the person that didn't speak or didn't say much. It kind of like gave him that urge where it was like, okay, maybe she do like me, or maybe she, I don't know. What did it do for you that I'm this person that I am, and you were how you were? Like, honestly, Darius outside of this wasn't. I can't even say. I'm not gonna say he wasn't my type, but when you get to know a person and you just trying things out, you just never know what you get. You really just never know what you get.
Sure.
So he could say like, oh, well, she was this for me and this, that, and other. But for me, it was just like I wasn't looking as far as how it seemed. I was just trying something, and
like, you just try some shit with me. You got lucky.
I experimented.
I know. Don't try no shit with me.
I experimented, and it was the best experiment by far. Can you agree?
Yeah, I can say. Because like I said, I wasn't finna go on a trip with you, so I was like, and you
Yeah,
see, if I wouldn't went on a trip, it wouldn't have been none of this. So you wouldn't have got this far. So
Nah, if you wouldn't have went on that trip, you wouldn't have coming back. Because if I had to drive far out, nah.
I was just like, shit, I don't really know this girl. Then
I know me from 6th grade.
I know you, but I don't really know you. Then I know the people that we going out there to see, so it's like, shit,
Yeah, as long as that made you feel like family.
But I'm glad I did go on that trip. That trip changed, a lot.
Changed perspectives of everything.
We got to get to know each other more, so it's kind of,
So, advice for me, for girls, don't be afraid to shoot your shot. With some people, I can't say all, but don't be afraid to shoot your shot. You just never know where it gets you. I'm not saying all shots that you shoot gonna be a score, but
cause she damn near wasn't finna score. But
I personally think it's okay for women to flirt with men. To be the not even the aggressive one. How would you say that? To come on to a man. I think we get so caught up in
just do something different,
Yeah, we get so
the
caught up.
normal thing is the guy coming on to the girl.
Exactly. I don't think that we should let that tradition just go on like that. Like, not saying that he wasn't a man to do it anyways. Mm-hmm. I think he was just a little shy. And he didn't know how I was going to come at him. If he did come at me.
He wasn't there. I was just playing hard to get. I was like, hell no.
Whatever. Because I feel like now that we're down the road, you're like, well, I always pictured this. And I always
yeah. So
that
was like a little creep moment I had. Like, I did used
creepy.
To like.
That is very creepy.
I used to like picture us together, like, before we actually got together. And then we got together, like, damn, I used to picture this shit.
Not me.
What Big Girl say? I used to play with time I was like this.
I admire it. If that's what you used to, like, I think it's so cute now, but if he would have said this then, I was like, what?
That was weird. I used to, this is my little crush, so it is what it is.
So he do say things like that out of nowhere, like, that's crazy, like, and I do come out sometimes like, would you see yourself like this 3 years later with kids and everything else? I was asking that question just to see like how he feel about things, because it's different. It's way different from where we both used to be at. So I asked him them questions just to see where his mind at with certain things, because it may seem like a rush to him. I mean, it did to me just having my second kid after 8 years. So it definitely, for me, it definitely seemed like a rush. But in the same concept, it was like, this is really what I want to do. This is really what I want. So why not? Like put your foot out there on faith. Just go for it.
Right. So now, like, how you?
I'm pregnant again, so I'm still holding strong. Still holding strong. So I'm still working with the flow.
So now versus the you now versus you 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago.
It was hot girl summer. I had one kid.
I think both of us was like just
hot girl summer.
Both of us used to be just, living life.
Now you lived life. I was just living. You was living like you was
I
like
think
the
we both were
extra
just living life,
Like he had no kids.
But now it calmed us down. I think it calmed us both down. It calmed me down definitely.
I think I just needed you to offset me to balance me. Just balance me out a little bit. I ain't gonna say I was rowdy or I was just out here or anything like that, because I wasn't. I still took care of home and my kid and stuff like that, but in a relationship, it just balances you. It makes you feel safe. It makes you feel just at peace with certain things.
And I used to party a lot. Now I barely even
go out. He was
a
party guy. He was a little party boy.
And now I don't even go out no more. I'm a homebody now, so.
Yeah, homebody. I give you that. Kudos to that. Alright. Before dating, any guy, I always had expectations of who I wanted to date. Or just like what I wanted the guy to bring to the table, such as like...
You talking about me or you talking about just in general?
Just period. Just period in general. So like I wanted a guy that had his own car, his own house, had a job, and things in that such that was successful. I think it was just more so of like what we view as what we want, and just what we think what we want. And it's fine to have goals and set goals of what what you want to deal with and who you want to deal with. That's fine, but if it's not exactly, like you came in and you didn't have like I can't say you had your own house, like right.
I didn't have my own house. I stayed with my brother at the time, but I had my own car. I had a job. I wouldn't, as far as
like
successful.
But I think we get so caught up in making rules for ourselves, making rules saying that, this is the type of guy that I want, and we shed away from the guy that probably don't have 2 or 3 of those things or whatever it is, and then we end up missing out on certain things.
So did I meet your list, your criteria?
Well,
I didn't have a house. I had a car, I had a job. What else on your list?
I went into dark-skinned guys at the time. So, no, you didn't meet them all. But you met most. You met most of them. So that right there carries. Now, what about you?
I didn't even have no preference for them.
Yeah, right. Because you told me. You said, I just want a girl that got her own job.
As long as you meet, as long as you match my standards.
Well, you had standards.
Yeah, but just match me. How doing your shit like I am. I'm not perfect, but you had a little bit more because you got your own crib or whatever. I didn't have that, but you got a job, car, all that shit. Yeah, but I wasn't like, you gotta be this this color, you gotta be this height, you gotta be
girls, we get real specific.
Yeah, but I didn't have that. I just had as long as you kind of match me.
So did I meet your standards?
Yeah, you exceeded them when you had a house. You had a crib where moved in.
So that was the only thing that made me exceed your standards.
Everything else I kind of match. We both had cars, we both got jobs, we both,
What about personality-wise?
I wasn't really too picky on that. Shit.
So if I was bougie, which I'm not bougie.
But I forget all once our first date, and we kind of, just.
So you thought I was bougie?
Yeah, from the outside. I think everybody think you bougie from the outside. Don't y'all think so?
I'm not bougie. Like I'm from the South End.
But some people don't know that. A lot of people is like,
cool,
she just.
collect.
But until I met you around them, some people was like, I thought she was just so bougie and just so mean and then you turn out to be cool. So it's like,
I'm not bougie. Now, if I'm pregnant, then I'm mean, but I ain't mean with this one. But I'm not bougie. I'm not. If I come across that way, trust me, it's another side to me.
That was my first impression too. When on our first date, I'm like, oh yeah, she cool. She cool.
I'm more of the thugged out female,
I want to be hood.
Yeah. Now I want to be hood. I am hood. Triple OG. Thoroughbred Boulevard. What do you say? Thoroughbred Boulevard. Sometimes he can't take the hood in me, so it be just like, all right, I gotta calm it down a little bit. Cause he's not as hood. The whole Centerville thing, all right. But me, what's up?
Yeah, I'm not hood. I don't want to be hood. I'm Centerville all day,
Yeah, we know. He's gonna make sure everybody knows that. So, in the relationship, have you felt like you had to deal with my past with me, or how has that become effective, or what's your intake on it?
Your past,
or even your past?
It's definitely my past, and that's where this thing comes. That's why our name comes into effect. Okay. Perfect, but not what is it called?
Oh my God!
Not perfect, but damn near. Like, we ain't perfect. I'm not perfect. She's not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
No.
And I'll say, no, I'm not perfect.
I've said it plenty of times.
Yes, I mean, but for your past, like, I don't really think so.
Like, have you had to deal with me with my past? So, like, let's say, with exes and we can talk about this now because we're not married or anything like that. But when we get married, all that's out the door because I ain't dealing with it. But as of now, I don't personally feel like I've brought any of my past experiences or anything like that to this relationship, as you shouldn't, because I feel like that definitely damages the relationship. But as far as like childhood passes and things and that such, yes. I feel like, certain things that I was used to had to change and things and that such, and same with him. Like, we're real big with family. We're real big with communication, so I was not really big on communication then, and neither was he, but in order for things to work, we had to communicate. We had to talk. So with him being more of the shy person, that's where this alter ego of mine had to come in and just kind of grasp it out of him one way or another. And you got to figure out the right way to approach your significant other, because if you have the wrong approach, you will not get nothing out of them.
No, but like you was used to being like
controlling. Yeah,
and like I guess when y'all got to arguments in your past, y'all would just not talk or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, we ain't finna be walking around the house not talking. Hell nah, let's talk this shit out.
And he was that person. Yeah, you were that person to a certain extent. Yeah. Now he could be very stubborn.
Yeah, I think both of us kind of stubborn, but I feel like I hate
that
this.
Was new for me for a man to do that, to just be like, no, we're gonna talk about it, or no.
Even if you don't want to, even if you feel like I'm gonna say some shit you ain't gonna want to like. I mean, you don't want to like whatever. We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah. So that, I don't know, that helped definitely, for sure it did, but you just, I feel like in any relationship you have to communicate. If you don't communicate, it's just not there. It's just pointless.
But it's comprehension too, because you can communicate all day, and then the motherfucker don't get what you're saying.
Or if they take what you said and they took it as how they wanted to take it.
Yeah. Or just taking it like a reply type shit. Like, you gotta actually take into mind what I'm saying and, comprehend this shit. And
because I literally would take that as my way of taking it. He'll have to say it like 4 times. Like, understand what I'm saying, each word, the entire sentence. And then I'm like, okay, break it down to me then, because I need to know exactly what you mean. Mean what you say what you mean. So with that being said, he'll break it down and then I'll understand. Because us as human beings, we're going to take anything and turn it how we want to turn it.
Yeah. That's normal, but you know.
Even the tone of voice. When you talk to me and you want to communicate or you want me to comprehend, make sure you use the tone of voice you want me to comprehend it in.
Yeah, but you do that sometimes. You was like, and I don't know if you don't know that you do that, but you do that shit. You be like, you'll say some shit and you'll be like in aggressive type of, like a.
I feel like I be in like mom mode all times. At all times.
And then when I snap, like, what? I didn't do that.
I can talk that shit to him, but he can't talk that shit to me. No, that's how it is.
When I snap, like, what? I didn't do that.
You can't do that to me. I'm just talking to you just how we talk. But then you just got to talk normal even when you feel like I'm talking like that.
I got to talk normal?
Yeah, like, you know.
That's...
And what he do is he still play it off real normal. He don't say nothing. But when he do get aggressive with his voice, he be like, well, why you have to say it like that? You didn't have to say that. Because
you will say some shit and it's like, you think you saying it normal, but in reality, you saying it with some attitude and with some, you know.
Personally, I just really feel like that's just natural. That's natural human being, like, female status. Like,
yeah, but
we cannot just, like, sit here and just talk without our fingers or without our arms or without our eyes or none of that.
Yeah.
Because what they say, body language is what? 80%.
Yeah. But I want you to know that you're doing it. You're like, oh no, I said it normal. Like, no, you just fucking put your finger in my face.
Okay, so next time when I'm talking to you, I'm gonna do it in the mirror so I can see.
You ain't gonna do it. Cause you think you talking normal. Like, no, you just said it normal. You said that with some
Made you feel it, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, damn.
Made you feel it.
I'm like, am I tripping?
So, I guess with that being said, I have to work on my body language. I can't say I guess. I do have to work on my body language, right? In order for me to correspond with what you're saying without it being
You
me.
say that, you still ain't gonna do it.
I'll try. It might work for like a week.
You still ain't gonna do it.
It may work for a week or two, you know? We can't try right now. We have to wait till after April. Because I'm all over the place right now, so you're going to get what you're going to get. And it's just that right now. He's scared. He just be like, yeah.
I'm going to take it.
I'm going to take it.
I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it.
I'm going to take it. He's just so calm. But if you guys have any suggestions on what you guys want us to talk about or...
We've been going for 35 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. If you guys have any suggestions on what you want us to talk about, any advice or anything, don't be afraid to comment or any of that. We answer everything truthfully for the most part. I definitely do.
And this was just an intro, but next week we're gonna be on every Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 7. We're gonna be on Facebook Live. They're gonna see it first, but we're gonna be on SoundCloud, the iTunes podcast app.
Okay.
That's gonna be up in a few hours, and then we're gonna be on YouTube, of course.
Definitely, and don't forget to check out Kicking It with the Jenks, of course.
Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to our channel, comment, all that shit. Like,
my baby would not let me do this podcast without making sure that Kicking It.
And this video will be on that podcast, Kicking with the Jenks,
as well. But this is just the beginning.
Yeah, it's just an intro. Next week we coming with some shit.
It might get heated.
We're gonna have guests on next week. Yeah, sometimes it's gonna get heated. And this one thing we agreed to, to not get mad.
Definitely not.
You said that?
I said I was gonna try not to get mad. I didn't say that I was definite.
Yeah. There's something because we're gonna talk about our arguments, like I just arguments a couple days ago with the whole family thing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a topic.
You gonna put that on?
That's gonna be a topic. Yeah.
Ooh, child.
So it may get a little heated, but we agreed.
On that one.
We both agreed to not get mad. We're gonna shake up and
I'll try.
Yeah.
To accept certain things. It's just gonna be hard. It'll be hard, but that's what the podcast is for.
That's what the name coming from,
Yeah. So you know, we're not perfect.
But damn near.
We're definitely not perfect.
About some shit, you know?
Not at all. I don't have to tear his head off every day, but I do have to do it at least twice a week. At least twice a week. So check us out. Keep this going. And good night.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in to the first episode. Next week, we're going to talk about some more real stuff. It's going to be longer. We may have guests. Y'all can comment, chime in. We're going to ask y'all questions and all that. Yeah. Signing out, the Jenks.